All right, let's take you live across to New Delhi for the signing ceremony between the National Museum and France Muséums Développement for the Yugeen Bharat National Museum. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Shankar and Minister of Culture and Tourism Yugeen Shekhawat are participating in the ceremony.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us now begin this auspicious occasion by lighting the lamp, a symbol of knowledge and enlightenment in Indian tradition. I would request volunteers to help and dignitaries to please proceed for the lighting of the lamp. Thank you. Thank you, gentlemen. Moving forward, may I now request Director General, National Museum, Dr. B.R. Mani, to please felicitate Shri Gajendra Shekhawat, Union Minister of Culture and Tourism, with a special moment. Ladies and gentlemen, shall we put our hands together as we felicitate and honor the dignitaries on the dais? All right, we first honor Dr. S. Shankar, Union Minister of External Affairs, with a memento. May I request Dr. Mani to now also felicitate Shri Gajendra Singh Shekhawat, Union Minister of Culture and Tourism, with a memento. Ladies and gentlemen, shall we keep putting our hands together to honor the guest on the stage? Let me now request Joint Secretary, Museums, Sri Sanjay Kaul, to please felicitate His Excellency Thierry Mathieu, Ambassador of France to India, with a memento. And I request Sri Sanjay Kaul to also felicitate Sri Aramesh Chavla, Secretary Culture, with a special memento. Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, today's agreement builds on years of cultural cooperation between our two nations, India and France. Owing to France's renowned expertise in museum development, this collaboration is a testament to a shared commitment by both the countries to cultural exchange and heritage preservation. Representing the two nations are the National Museum from India and France Muséums Développement from France. Yuga Yugeen Bharat will showcase India's rich heritage and its unwavering spirit of progress as it draws inspiration from its history of continuous civilizational journey. I now invite Secretary Culture, Sri Aramesh Chavla, to please address the gathering.
Which is going to be the largest museum in the world. As you all know, this will be developed in the iconic North and South blocks in New Delhi. The museum, the new National Museum, and its vision was unveiled by our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, during the inauguration of the International Museum Expo in May 2023. The collaboration between India and France reflects a shared heritage, a dedication to preserve our shared heritage and cultural innovation. This partnership was formalized through a letter of intent, a bilateral agreement signed in 2020, followed by subsequent agreements signed during the visit of Honorable Prime Minister to France on the Bastille Day in 2023. France's expertise in handling large-scale museum projects of this kind, the transformative experience of the Louvre was a cornerstone of this collaboration, and this will help bring technical skills and valuable insights to the table. The agreement being signed today formalizes the collaboration between the National Museum of India and France Museum Development, and this agreement outlines the terms and conditions which will govern our partnership in collaboration in conservation, museum management, and lay the foundations for the Yuga Yugeen Bharat in New Delhi. This new museum will stand testament to India's commitment to preserving our rich and timeless cultural heritage while embracing and enhancing global partnership. I once again welcome all of you to this landmark event, and thank you for being all present here.
Thank you, sir. The collaboration between India and France will create a global cultural landmark. The Yuga Yugeen Bharat National Museum, inspired by the very famous Louvre Museum, successful adaptive reuse model, will offer a unique cultural experience attracting visitors from across the country and the world. I now request Ambassador of France to India, His Excellency Thierry Mathieu, to please address the gathering.
Honorable Union Minister of External Affairs, Dr. Jaishankarji, Honorable Union Minister of Culture, Gajendra Singh Shekhawatji, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, dear friends, namaste, good evening, and bonsoir. I'm delighted to be here with you today, and I would like to thank you, Honorable Minister of Culture, for your invitation. I would like also to thank Mr. Hervé Barbaret, President of France Museum, for coming to India especially for this important event. It's a very important day in the bilateral interaction cooperation between France and India, and I would like to commend the presence of Dr. Jaishankar, which is the occasion to highlight the importance of our cultural cooperation in the global context of our bilateral relations. During the renewal of our strategic partnership in 2023, at the occasion of a visit to France of Prime Minister Srinarendra Moniji, our leaders decided to strengthen our people-to-people ties, primarily through education and culture. In that context, France is eager to embrace and align our priorities to the vision of the Prime Minister of India regarding the National Museum. Indeed, security and defense are key in our relationship. Same for our common vision about the importance of strategic autonomy, but we also share the same vision regarding the importance of culture, which is part of our national and diplomatic DNA. It is in that context that India's National Museum was long identified as one of the most ambitious projects in its field, ambitious Of course, because it will be the largest museum in the world, but also because the Indian government wants to work with the best domestic and international expertise at each step. France's excellence in cultural engineering and museum planning is proven and globally recognized. To cite but a few iconic projects, the Grand Louvre in Paris, which involved renovating and merging our former finance ministry building with the two other heritage wings of the Louvre, is and was a great achievement. Of course, we also did the same in Abu Dhabi, with Abu Dhabi Le Louvre, which will celebrate its 8th anniversary. For many years, France has been very active in promoting its cultural and creative industries, including firms like France Muséums, which was created as an independent agency to coordinate the completion of Louvre Abu Dhabi. After completing this iconic project, it was decided that the agency would remain and start expanding its consulting activities across the globe. Since then, France Museum has worked on several French and international projects. Choosing the iconic buildings of North and South Block for this new cultural avenue bears great significance. It will bring culture at the forefront of the city, next to the official residence of the President of India, at the overhang of the renovated Central Vista, defining and designing a new use for the former administrative offices will be an exciting challenge for sure, while enabling thousands and thousands of Indians to reconnect with their heritage and cultural history. But behind the museum project lies much more than the construction of a renovation of a building. It requires addressing many questions before any decision is taken to offer the best experience to the Indian and international visitors. Questions such as what should be shown, how should it be shown, according to which visitors' itinerary, what are the suitable messages and the medium for each audience so as to be inclusive, which technology should be used, and how can a dialogue with the original artwork be created. During the feasibility studies, FMD's role is and will be to help the Ministry of Culture of India to address these different questions, to draw up a framework for the future institution, promoting a step-by-step approach. So it's an immense honor for us that a French agency has been chosen to conduct this highly strategic phase of this essential project. I would like to take this opportunity to thank you, Honorable Minister of Culture, and the entire team, including, of course, that of the National Museum, where we are standing, for your trust. The signing of the MOU today is the fruit of a long dialogue which shows our people's ability to work hand in hand. I'm sure that in the coming weeks, months, we'll have the opportunity at the highest level of our two nations to discuss further about this project. This will be an opportunity to once again celebrate our cultural bonds and conceive the future step for this partnership, which is essential for France in the Indo-Pacific region. Thank you very much.
Ambassador Mathieu, merci. Indeed, a historic moment for cultural ties between India and France. Ladies and gentlemen, may I now invite Union Minister of Culture and Tourism, Shri Gajendra Singh Shekhawat, to address the gathering.
Honorable Minister, External Affairs, Dr. Jaishankarji, His Excellency Ambassador of France to India, Mr. Matteo, Secretary, Minister of Culture, Shri Arunish Chawlaji, President of the France Museum Développement, Mr. Harvey Barbaret, Joint Secretary, Ministry of Culture, Shri Sanjay Kaul, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening and welcome to you all. It is with immense pride and joy that we gather today to formalize a transformative partnership between the Government of India and the Republic of France. This collaboration marks a pivotal movement in the realization of the iconic Yugeen Bharat Museum, a vision that not only celebrates India's unparalleled cultural heritage, but also embodies the power of international cooperation. Today, we embark on a journey to create a cultural landmark that will stand as a beacon of India's timeless history and dynamic future, cementing the bonds of friendship between our two great nations. The Yugeen Bharat Museum, poised to become the world's largest, it is a testament to India's unwavering commitment to preserving and celebrating its rich civilizational legacy with a planned exhibition space of approximately 1.17 lakh square meters. This ambitious project amplifies India's aspiration to present its heritage to the world on an unprecedented scale. It reflects the Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji's vision of creating a new India that balances development with the preservation of its glorious past, which he says, Virasat Bhi or Vikas Bhi. Housed within the iconic North and South blocks in India, in New Delhi, the Yugeen Bharat Museum will redefine the concept of adaptive reuse. These historic structures, which have stood as silent witness to India's transformative journey, will be reimagined as vibrant cultural spaces. This approach not only honors their architectural grandeur, but also underscores our commitment of sustainability and efficient space utilization. The name Yugeen Bharat holds profound significance. It symbolizes India's continuous and unbroken civilizational history, an eternal essence that has withstood the test of millennia. This name, finalized after careful deliberations, encapsulates the museum's mission to highlight India's ancient roots while celebrating its relevance in the modern world. This museum is not just about preserving history, it is about reimagining it for the modern age. Through advanced digital storytelling, immersive virtual reality installations, and interactive exhibits, the Yugeen Bharat Museum will set a new benchmark for cultural institutions worldwide. Visitors will embark on a journey through India's nearly 10,000 years old civilization trajectory, experiencing narratives that bring history to life in ways never seen before. From ancient manuscripts and artifacts to the state-of-art technological displays, the museum will offer an unparalleled exploration of India's heritage. One of the defining features of Yugeen Bharat Museum is its thematic segmentation. The museum will be divided into 8 thematic segments, each narrating a distinct epoch of India's history. These segments will showcase the depth and diversity of India's cultural evolution celebrating its achievement in science, art, architecture, philosophy, and governance. This partnership with France brings invaluable expertise to the project. France's renowned proficiency in museum development, curation, and design makes its natural partner for this ambitious endeavor. French institutions like Louvre, the Musée d'Orsay have set global standards for excellence, and their involvement will ensure that the Yugeen Bharat Museum embodies the highest standards of quality and innovation. By leveraging France's strengths in these areas, we aim to create a world-class institution that celebrates India's heritage while setting a new standard for museum experiences. The cultural collaboration between India and France is not new. Our shared history includes numerous projects that highlights the enduring bond between our nations. From the restoration of historic monuments influenced by French architecture in Puducherry to joint exhibitions such as the recent celebration of Indian miniature at the Muséums in Paris. These initiatives underscore the power of cultural diplomacy. The Yugeen Bharat Museum represents the pinnacle of this collaboration, serving as a testament to our shared commitment to preserving and celebrating cultural heritage. The Yugeen Bharat Museum also aligns with the India's vision of Vikas Bhi and Virasat Bhi, development alongside heritage. By repurposing the historic north and south blocks, we demonstrate how heritage conservation can coexist with modernity. This approach reflects a profound respect for India's built heritage while embracing the possibilities of innovation. It is a model for sustainable development that other nations can draw inspirations from. On behalf of the Government of India and Ministry of Culture, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our French partners for their unwavering support and collaboration. Your expertise and dedication have been invaluable, and we look forward to continuing this partnership as we bring the Yugeen Bharat Museum to life. Together we are creating a legacy that will inspire generations and celebrate the essence of Yugeen Bharat, a timeless and eternal India. In conclusion, this project is not just about building a museum. It is about creating a space that transcends time and boundaries. It is about celebrating the essence of Indian civilization and history and sharing it with the world. It is a bold statement of India's cultural aspiration and its commitment to innovation, inclusivity, and excellence. The Yugeen Bharat Museum will stand as a testament to India's glorious past, dynamic present, and the promising future. Jai Hind. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your address, and thank you for helping us imagine what this grand museum will look like and what it represents. The Yugeen Bharat National Museum will stand as a symbol of India's harmonious pursuit of both developmental and cultural preservation, as the Minister mentioned. May I now request Union Minister for External Affairs, Dr. S. Shankar, to share his thoughts with us.
My cabinet colleague, Rajendra Shekhawatji, Ambassador Matthew, Culture Secretary Chawla, President FMD, Mr. Barbare, Director General National Museum, Dr. Mani, dear friends. I'm really extremely pleased today to be present and associated with this very important event, and for a variety of reasons. I think what we are seeing today is a very important expression of international cooperation. An international cooperation that is built on exchanges of best practices, on sharing of experiences. So, as a foreign minister whose mission is to promote international cooperation, I'm really very grateful you gave me an opportunity to be a witness and a participant to that process today. The second reason is we are also seeing a very important cultural collaboration in the nation. And as all of you know, culture in many ways is the essence of soft power. So I want to tell Minister Shekhawat, today is as much my business as it is his. So again, thank you very much for having me here. But having said that, I also want to remind you, though I know you don't need that reminder, that we are gathered here today for a project of great national importance. When the South Bloc, in which I was reminding the Minister, my ministry is currently located, when the South Bloc and the North Bloc become the kind of museums that are envisaged, I think we will veritably be seeing an inspiration for the remaking of Bharat. So this is not just another project, however large and important it is. This has a value for our future which cannot be overstated. Not just for our own future. I think when people come to see the history, the traditions, the heritage of India, when they see both the contemporary issues which have dominated our lives as well as what has kept us going for so many thousands of years, we will be providing an opportunity both for our own people to be aware of their past as well as for the world to do so. So, as I said, this is a project of immense value, of great significance, and I again, Ambassador, congratulate you and France for joining us and collaborating with us for its realization. Now, a few words about India and France. Most of you again would be aware that for us this has been a very strong relationship, what in our profession we call a strategic partnership. And underpinning that has been that India and France see in each other important poles in a multipolar world. Now, you would ask, what does multipolar have to do with a museum? Allow me to explain. Countries become poles or see themselves as part of multipolarity, because that is an expression of their independence, of their own ability to think about the world and think in terms of for the world. And that independence, at the end of the day, comes from a very deep cultural and civilizational confidence that those countries have. So, when you hear India and France talk about how we see the world in our own way, not necessarily, in terms of how others might want to define it, it's actually our history and our heritage that gives us the confidence to take those positions. So when we deepen our cultural collaboration, in many ways we are also actually adding to a particular kind of relationship which we believe would create a new and more democratic world. Now, do also bear in mind that in a world that is very globalized, it's important for us to preserve, protect, and advance our identities. It is also a fact that when we speak about influence, a large part of influence of any country is actually derived from its culture. So I wasn't being facetious when I said it's as much my business as it is yours. So let me end, therefore, with this one note. Prime Minister Modi often speaks about tradition and technology as being the two legs on which we will move forward towards a Viksit Bharat in Amrit Kaal. Today, we are seeing also tradition through technology. How to use the modern and the contemporary to actually reinforce and better present the past and our heritage. So I look forward very much to the realization of this collaboration. I have every expectation that, as in so many other fields, here too, India and France would work very, very closely to our mutual benefit. Again, I congratulate all the participants and the signatories of the agreement in advance for what is to come. And I'm very sure that the results of the event today would actually be reflected in the establishment of what Minister Shekhawat aptly called as a beacon of culture for not just for India but for the whole world. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Dr. Jaishankar. Thank you for your insights into Indo-French ties and what this museum means for the relationship. Ladies and gentlemen, now the moment has come that we've been waiting for. We now proceed with the signing of the historic agreement for the development of Yuga Yugeen Bharat National Museum. With great pleasure, I invite Dr. V.R. Mani, Director General, National Museum, and Mr. Hervé Barberet, President, France Muséums Développement, to come forward to participate in the signing of the agreement. It's an historic moment. Yuga Yugeen Bharat National Museum, the ambitious project, is an integral part of the Central Vista redevelopment project, set to span approximately 1,55,000 square meters across the iconic North and South blocks in New Delhi. I urge you, ladies and gentlemen, to put your hands together as we witness this historic moment, the signing of the agreement between the National Museum and France Muséums Développement.
That was the signing ceremony between the National Museum and France Museum Development for the Yuga Yugeen Bharat National Museum in New Delhi. External Affairs Minister of India, Dr. S. Jaishankar, said that it was an important cultural collaboration between India and France.